from Fresno State, out of Porto Segura, Brazil. Javon Levi at a guard out of Colleen Shoemaker, 5'11", 163, grad transfer, Texas Rio Grande Valley for his bachelor's. David Azor at a guard out of Houston, 6'4", 211, the leading scorer, 14 points per game. He's now a graduate out of Clearbrook High School. And Pedro Castro, also now a graduate, started at UTA, 2 schools in between, returned to UTA, originally from Fort Worth Brewers, 6'6", 190. Officials are Darren George, Marcus Pettigrew, and Kerry sitting. We had his son Kirby sitting here calling the Buffalo game on Monday. And Abu Usman out jumping KO for the opening tip. Both teams with alternate uniform selections tonight. The Mean Green in home gray with green letters and numbers. And UTA warmed up in blue, went in and changed to black with their letters and numbers in blue. Into the paint goes J.J. Murray. Kicks out with 10 on the shot clock to Jones. Right wing, Drez McBride, a bounce down underneath. Turning, hooking, scoring with 4 on the shot clock, Abu Usman.
And that is your matchup of the game, brought to you by Metzler's. You've already knocked out KO's real name, but he's going to be the guy you have to contend with down low.
Right now, way up top, Castro has it, guarded by Drez McBride. Top of the circle now to KO. Turns and gives to Levi on the left wing. Trying to break down J.J. Murray. Into the paint he goes, throws up an air ball hook from about 8 feet out. It travels 7. It's rebounded by Thomas Bell.
Every reason that J.J. is out there, turning into quite the defender.
Bell dared to shoot it straight on 3 by Rojas, so he does, and it is no good, and Abu almost controls the rebound. He ends up tipping it to Levi. Long pass, length of the court, underneath. Azor stepped out of bounds, and the moving Mavs turn it over.
Big mistake that time, getting sped up in the game, trying to lengthen the court there. Back to Bell, though, 0 of 6 from 3 the other night, and he has not looked comfortable lifting the long-range shot yet.
1 of 10 now for the season from deep. And still 2-0 Mean Green, minute and a half gone by. Abu Usman, who owns the only points of the game. A high post bounce pass to the cutter Jones. Almost lost it out of bounds. Saved back out on the perimeter to McBride. To Bell, spin move in the lane. Right wing to Jones, catch and shoot 3, and he got it. And that may get Ruben going. He was 0 for 7 from deep the first 2 games. He makes it 5-0.
Well, you do hope that rips the seal off. And now this UTA team has been careless with the ball, back-to-back trips.
Pass intended in the corner for Rojas, sails out of bounds. This UTA team averages 22 turnovers per game. That is more than twice as many as North Texas has averaged in their first 2. UTA only forcing a little over 13 turnovers per game. McBride edges into the paint, kicks to the right corner to Murray. Out to the quarter court hash. And Reuben Jones going away from the Thomas Bell pick. Driving past Azor into a rejection by KO. There's his first. Comes down to Abu, and he misses the reverse follow, and KO pulls that down. So a block and a rebound, and that is exactly what KO at 6'9", 202 is in there to do for UTA.
And he also forced Usman into trying the up and under.
Down to the baseline, pull-up jumper won't go for Castro, and rebounded again by Thomas Bell. Looks for the long pass, settles short up the right sideline to Murray. Back to Bell in the middle, McBride far wing. 5-0 Mean Green, almost 3 minutes gone. Long stride down low, spinning, triple team. Bell scoops it to Usman, and 3 seconds in the lane called on Thomas. And there, Hank, is the annual 3-second in the lane call that every NCAA team has to face once a season now. That's about all it's ever called.
Didn't get called that much, but Akabundu Ayeku certainly makes you kind of freeze a little bit down low trying to get some position. Pressure by the Mean Green.
Rojas out and replaced by Montez Young Jr., 6'5" freshman from Waxahachie, who was getting early playing time here. Just 3 minutes, 8 seconds gone. UTA still looking for their first point as Levi gets stuffed in the middle of the paint by McBride. Loose ball picked up by Murray. Rushes it the other way, left sideline waiting for Jones. Up top now to Bell, jump stop into a scoop, rejected by KO into the cheerleaders and scattering the cheerleaders.
Man, he does have a powerful redirect. He's a thin guy at 6'9", 202, but pretty emphatic when he gets a chance to block a ball.
Jack Hoiberg off the UTA bench, 5'11" grad transfer from Michigan State. And the deputy mayor, I guess, because his dad's Fred Hoiberg, the mayor. McBride out of the inbounds, misses a three-pointer, and the rebound taken underneath by Azor, who will bring it front court. Still 5-0 North Texas. Azor trying to break down Tyler Perry off the dribble. He has just checked in, along with Hamir Wright. In underneath goes Hoiberg down the baseline. Pass to Castro. His pass stolen by Perry, intended for Young.
A lot of telegraph passes to begin the game for UTA, and Greg Young's got to be upset about that.
Perry at the point, operating with a high pick by Thomas Bell. Bell now on a switch, picked up by the guard. Young backs him down, cross court, far corner for Jones. Three, and almost 2 for 2, but a whistle underneath.
Going to be a push foul underneath, trying to leverage for position. Skip pass found the open man, but a foul on the rebound.
On KO, we've got time going into a break. There's a timeout. KO Derichi Akobundu Ehiogu with the foul and the timeout. 15:52 first half. 5-0 Mean Green. This is Mean Green basketball from here. But UTA's only gotten off 2 shots, and they missed them both. And with 15:52 to go in the first half, it's 5-0 North Texas.
And 4 turnovers out of the gate by UT Arlington, a team that's still kind of early on here trying to find an offensive identity. Their identity is the big man inside. Everything else is yet to click.
Underneath, Reuben Jones inbounding on the baseline to Hamir Wright, graduate transfer from Washington. Back to Jones, works the right wing. McBride has it found like an extended period at the point. McBride now between the circles to Bell. 5 on the shot clock over left wing Perry. Bounce up high right, back to Perry. 2-1, turns, fires a 3, and rips it from 28 feet out at the shot clock buzzer.
He may have been aware before he caught that ball, but I think he realized the split second he got the ball that he had to release a 3. Amazing shot.
Face never betrayed any panic. He just stepped outside the line and swished an NBA 3. He is now 8 of 13 on the year. Down the baseline, Young kicks to the near wing. Brandon Talbot just checked in. He gets their first points on a 3 from the near wing.
A sniper, and you've got to make him put it on the floor. He was just 10 toes to the rim, catch and release there.
Well, he's now 5 of 11 outside the arc. Inside it, he was not taken a 2-point attempt yet this year. 8-3, Mean Green. Bell, mid lane, pass down low, right, fumbles it away, gets it back, turns, and gets fouled straight on in front of the rim by, well, they call it on Montez Young Jr. I thought they'd get Shamar Wilson, who's checked in to guard Hamir, but the helping defender called for the second team foul and right to the line, where he is so far 1 for 2.
Shamar Wilson, 6'9", but he doesn't have the same ups that KO has, so the matchup favored North Texas there. Hamir Wright, who put together over 500 points in his 4 seasons at Washington, has yet to really assert himself. Obviously very early, but you'd like to think he could get a little more aggressive down low.
Made the first free throw. 120 games, 80 starts at Washington in 4 years. Hits both free throws, and it's 10-3 North Texas as J.J. Murray is returned for Mardrez McBride. Full court pressure, beaten by Young on the dribble. Young cross court to the left wing to Azar. Bounce down low. Wilson almost threw it away. Angle pass saved by Hoiberg. Underneath, out of control. Young, and he draws a blocking foul on Hamir Wright.
Well, one of the staples the last couple years of the Mean Green defense has been the ability to take charges. But in the estimation of the officials, Hamir Wright did not get the feet planted.
So Montez Young Jr., the freshman from Waxahachie, shoots his first collegiate free throw. And misses. Getting 14.5 minutes per game. Started one of their first 3. They're a great Waxahachie team. Rose as high as number 2 in the state. He averaged 17 points and 10 rebounds as Azor sits for the first time. And Nicholas Elame checks in. 6'3" sophomore from Paris. Second free throw also no good. It's still 10-3. As the Mean Green rebounded, Tyler Perry brings it up. Guarded by Elame. Right side of the circle. Perry. Bell taking it to Reuben Jones. Back to Bell, top of the circle. Far corner now with 10 on the shot clock. J.J. Murray refeeds Bell. 3 on the way, and this one he got. Only his second successful 3 of the season. His first points tonight, and it's 13-3.
Been putting up good numbers, but that has certainly been devoid from Bell's game. Nice to see it come back.
Wilson has it, crowded at the top, off to Hoiberg, far quarter court. He's matched with Tyler Perry, tries to beat him off the dribble. Feed down low to Wilson. Shot may have been blocked by Bell. Wilson chasing it down, out to the far wing to Hoiberg, and Marcus Pettigrew blows a whistle.
They want to look and see if the shot clock should have been reset or needs to be adjusted. It's quite a bounce pass by Hoiberg. A two-handed bounce pass through the lane, very old-fashioned.
Well, while they figure out if the clock's right or not, in come McBride, Usman, and Aaron Scott as Wright, Jones, and Bell take a rest.
And Dave, they did let the time come off. Only 7 to shoot here, so an adjustment on the shot clock.
Yeah, it was at 18, so they took 11 seconds off. 13:28 game clock first half. Inbounds pass between the circles to Hoiberg. And off a Wilson pick, leans in and travels. He was trying to get Scott up off his feet to land on him, shuffled his feet instead.
Jack Hoiberg, an experienced guy, having played at Michigan State and obviously being raised by an icon in his dad. But boy, he's banged up, isn't he? He's got a bandage on the right hand and a shield over his nose.
UTA on that turnover pace. They've already committed 5 in the first 7 minutes, only 1 by the Mean Green. Leading 13-3, 16-3 now. They say a long 2 by Tyler Perry from the left wing.
Only way to define his shot is confident. He shoots everything with confidence.
Nothing to it. 15-3, 12:53 to go. And a steal by Tyler Perry of a pass by Talbot. Into the front court goes McBride. He gets hammered underneath the bucket by Elame.
Rough spill, but a silky pass on the bounce ahead by Tyler Perry. We were just talking about the confidence in his shot, but he's just got a nice all-around game. The intangibles of Tyler Perry have been on display here in the first 2+ games.
Well, these will be the first free throws of the season for Mardrez McBride, who has been concentrating on 3-point shots most of the first 2 games. He hit 5 Monday against Buffalo, 17 points. High-scoring game since his debut, the opener last year. The first free throw is no good. As Levi and Castro return for Hoiberg and Talbot.
McBride's also only committed 1 turnover to this point in the season. So he's really taken care of it well.
Second free throw is good. So there's his first point tonight. And the lead is 16-3 with 12:49 to go in the half. 8-0 run over the last minute 53. UTA scoreless, coming up on 2.5 minutes. And a foul called along the sideline on Aaron Scott, his first and number 2 on the team.
Scott was trying to slow him down up that right alley and make UTA run out of real estate, but a little reach in across the timeline.
KO back in, place of Shamar Wilson. Castro inbounds to him, back to Castro. And now Javon Levi with J.J. Murray giving him a little bit of room. Left wing now. Castro against McBride, out for a 3 on the way by Rojas, who's returned, no good. Offensive rebound, KO kicks it back out for Levi. Into the near corner to Alame, who dribbles it on the baseline. Turnover number 6 for UTA.
High energy wing, but that time the energy didn't match up with the fundamentals, and it's been a sloppy start in terms of taking care of the rock for UT Arlington.
Update, it's their 7th turnover. Almost 1 per minute. This is a team averaging 22 per game. They may be there by halftime. Perry up the right sideline, gets an arm bar from Levi, and Javon picks up his first. Team foul number 4. Scott to inbound, near sideline. Rojas backs way off, pass comes into pair between the circles. Matched with David Azor now. Takes him left side, rubs him off an Usman pick. Shot clock under 10. Perry, no look bounce underneath. Usman rejected by KO. The loose ball picked up by Azor. Front court, catch and shoot 3. Castro, line drive, no. And the line drive rebound goes into the Mean Green bench. Out of bounds after a timeout. It'll be North Texas ball. 11:47 to go in the first half. It is 16-3. North Texas leading UTA on the Mean Green Sports Network from Leefield.
FIU to get to 1,000 on the season. If you think about the volume of carries and the weight that's been on Torrey's back, what a year it's been for him. Hopefully he gets a lot more than 2 yards on Saturday in Miami.
Going to end up in the record books among the top 5 or 6 running backs
Absolutely.
in the history of the program.
All-purpose yardage and everything else.
Out of the timeout, Tyler Perry walks it over the timeline. We have 11:40 to go first half. Mean Green leading 16-3, despite just 42% shooting, 5 of 12. 1 of 6 shooting for UTA with 7 turnovers. 9-0 points off turnovers in favor of North Texas. Shot clock at 10. 2-3 zone look at the moment. Guzman trying to set up a pick for a three by Perry, and he drops in another one.
Perry says, go ahead and go zone. I'll just shoot us out of that. He has been dead on his 3 attempts in this game, all from long range.
One along 2, the other beyond the arc. He has 8 on perfect shooting. 9 minutes gone to the game. It's 19-3. Scoreless drought coming up on 4 minutes now for UTA. They turned it over 3 times in that span. The run is 11 unanswered, and another steal by Tyler Perry. Took it away in the paint. Works at front court. Pull up right wing. A 3, no good by McBride. Sailing in for the rebound is Bell. Missed it. Goes back up, and a foul. And they're going to say, I think Thomas committed the foul.
Oh, Bell came sailing in to keep the possession alive, but on 2 different attempts, he got rougher and rougher as it went along. I'm telling you, that steal, though, by Tyler Perry, he splits the defenders, or the offenders, gets in there, gets the ball, and then again, a great pass ahead. I don't know what's better for Perry, the start on shooting or the defensive effort as he heads to the bench.
J.J. Murray re-enters with 10:45 in the half. Tyler Perry outscoring UTA by himself, 8-3. Only UTA points, a Talbot three-pointer immediately after he checked in, and he's back on the bench now. Levi turns it over, and a crowd down low. Taken away by Bell. Outlet up the left sideline to Reuben Jones. Bounce down low, great spin move. Usman and his reverse, blocked by Ko. He gets it back. Knocked away by Levi. Abu gets it back again and fouled, trying to go up for what would have been his 3rd attempt to get a shot off.
Abu felt like he was playing amongst a bunch of tall weed eaters, all in full torque, but he kept staying with it. And that rim protector, KO, is definitely good around the basket. What does he have, already 3 blocks? Excellent at pitting it against the window.
Just see as the first free throw by Usman is in and out, no good. Officially 3 blocks.
But he's had some deflections in addition to that. Bottom line is, his presence in the inside is very tangible. And frankly, he's what they're leaning on right now because nobody else offensively has found any rhythm.
Second free throw, and that one is good. Usman makes it 20-3 and checks out as Amir Wright returns. So Bell right up front, McBride, Jones, Murray starting backcourt. On the floor midway through the first half, and UTA still at 3 points. They are 1 for 6 with 9 turnovers. Hoiberg has re-entered, and his shot for the right side is partially blocked by McBride. Comes down to right, quickly into the hands of Reuben Jones, who double dribbles. He picked up the ball, thought he had a pass, I think, to McBride.
Yeah.
Realized McBride was not ready for the pass, and Reuben came back down still with the ball.
Definitely wanted to feed in that left corner for McBride, who has been dangerous in the corners on either side from the land of 3. JJ's going to head out, and that was a quick little break for Tyler Perry, who's back.
That was a 1 possession rest for Tyler. Back in, match with Levi. Bounce to Azor. Right corner, right up with a long 2, and it's no good. Rebounded by Thomas Bell. 4th rebound already for the senior from East St. Louis. 20-3, mean green ball. Perry off left side for Jones. Side cleared, could have gone one-on-one with Castro, too much time left. Back to Perry, right wing, now McBride. Bell up, set a pick, they trap Perez in the corner, pass to Bell, almost swiped by Hoiberg. Thomas gets it back, posting on Hoiberg. Pass underneath for a reverse by Wright. What a nifty look by Thomas Bell.
Great look, but Wright also realized this is the only way to attack the big man in the middle. I've got to move quickly left to right and kiss it down.
22-3, the run is 14 unanswered mean green points over the last 5.5 minutes. Nothing from the Mavericks. Levi misses a jumper from the left corner, rebounded by Jones. This is a feeding frenzy with still almost 9 minutes to go in the first half.
12-7 edge on the glass for the mean green. They're doing everything right.
Bell straight down the throat of the lane, finally cut off by Castro. Out to the point, Perry. Pick and fade pass to Bell, straight on 3, got it. Everything going now. Timeout finally called by Greg Young. What's he been waiting for? His first time out with 8:36 to go in the half, and his team trailing 25-3.
Thomas Bell came into this game hurting from downtown, but he's canned each of his last 2 from the top of the key. Looked like before he hit that three, Matthew Stone was getting set to check in, and that shows you where we are midway through this first half. Newcomers getting ready to come off the bench. This has been a dominating first half, and still 8:36 left to go before intermission.
Do you remember at any point of any game a 17-0 run? Ever in the history of ever?
Well, yeah, maybe.
In a game you've worked.
But not very likely to see that often. And it's a combination of a team that is offering up so much opportunity with all the turnovers and a team willing to take advantage of those things. I'm really surprised the Mavericks haven't tried to get David Azor a little more into it. When that guy's not scoring, they don't have much chance, and he has yet to scratch.
He has managed to squeeze off one shot for the 1-9 shooting Mavericks, who after the timeout have Levi bring it up, feed to Hoiberg left side, and guarding him is Matthew Stone, true freshman from Kingfisher, Oklahoma. Played at the tail end of the opener against Oklahoma Christian last week. Did not get into the Monday night tilt against Buffalo. 8 on the shot clock. Azor pass almost stolen by Perry. Bounced it right back to him. Azor to switch, picked up by Wright. 2 on the shot clock. Leans and misses the banker. The rebound tip by Bell to Perry, who is blocked in the backcourt by Hoiberg.
Hoiberg slid over, could not get his feet set. And back to Azor, he does not look right. He's a lefty that likes to go left, Dave, and North Texas has been pushing him to the right.
Yeah, he's going to come back over the bench to think about it a little bit as Brandon Talbot re-enters, 6'5" freshman from Newmarket, Ontario, who came into the game, hit a three, and then left, and it's still the only points on the board for UTA. Scoring drought over 7 minutes in this 17-0 Mean Green run and a 25-3 lead. Shot clock at 10. Perry behind a high pick by Bell into the near corner to Jones. Air ball 3, and a holding foul will go on, I think, Shamar Wilson. Got a pretty strong grip on Amir Wright, keep him from getting the rebound. That is Wilson's first, team's 7th foul. Come back to Mean Green in the bonus after a timeout with 6:40 remaining in the first half, leading UTA 25-3 on the Mean Green Sports Network from Learfield. That's where we are. One reason is the FitWise injury report is blank. Everyone's healthy.
Hope that keeps up. Today at shoot-around, as we were trying to pronounce Ko Dorichi Akabundo Ioku's name, counting up the vowels in it, Jareem Dowling sauntered by and said he's as long as his name. And that is our Higginbotham and Associates quote of the game.
And that is a spot-on description as Hamir Wright connects on the first free throw. Mean Green on the 1-1 now. Yep, 6'9", 202, and as natural a shot blocker as the Mean Green are likely to see at any point this year. If he'd had enough last year, he would have qualified as third in the country. Second free throw, no good. Stone steals the rebound, kicks it back out to Jones. Picked up briefly to double team by Hoiberg and Talbot. Stops his dribble, feed back outside to right, now to the point. 8 in the shot clock for Perry to operate against Pedro Castro. Crossover dribble, and they say he carried it. And there is only the second Mean Green turnover. They forced 9, or accepted 9, not all forced by UTA.
So Tyler Perry is indeed human, just barely. There's a mistake. Haven't seen much of that out of him. Too bad Stone didn't get a chance to shoot on that possession because he kept it alive.
UTA has Elame back into the game now, guarded by Jones. Left corner, he feeds Castro, side cleared for him to operate if he can against Thomas Bell. Instead, up high to Shamar Wilson. Cutting underneath Elame to Hoiberg. Quick jump hook in the lane goes. Mark it down. 6:55 remaining in the first half. And the scoring drought finally ends for UTA. It was nearing 8 minutes.
Yeah, not really a high percentage shot. Smallest guy on the floor gets in the middle of the woods and still sticks a jumper.
So it's 26-5. Ending 18 unanswered Mean Green points. Shot underneath by Bell, no good. Hoiberg grabbed the rebound and stepped out of bounds. Well, Talbot it was grabbing the rebound, so the Mean Green benefit from another unforced UTA turnover as McBride, Usman, and Murray check in for Stone, Perry, and Wright.
Grant McCaslin having the opportunity because of this score to really be liberal with substitutions, playing a lot of guys, keeping folks fresh.
Reuben Jones, the inbounds pass to Usman. Back to Reuben, double teamed into the corner. Perry back to Reuben, quarter court. Abu Usman setting a crunching screen and a whistle on Elame for trying to fight through the pick. That is the 8th UTA foul.
Yeah, Elame tries to get in the middle of that, but he's moving way too much and a lot of contact upper body on the sophomore from Paris. He was a practice player on the French national team, and they said during the pandemic he got his workouts in literally running around the Eiffel Tower.
Well, if you lived in Paris and you were trying to get in shape, as Reuben misses the front end of the 1-on-1, almost a rebound for Bell. Lost his footing, taken away by Wilson. Up the right sideline, Castro to Wilson. Backing down against to Usman. Holds his ground, forces him to take a fall away, and he misses it. And Bell comes down for already his 5th rebound.
Abu did the work, but Bell is the guy you like to clean up on the glass.
Under 6 minutes in the half as Jones feeds Usman, who gets hammered. Going up point blank to the rim. Hoiberg called for his second.
Abu going to have a chance to keep working on some free throws. That's a big part of his game that needs to show continual improvement. He doesn't have to go just 1,000 miles a minute because you know he's going to be a big fella that'll be tired and huffing and puffing a lot 15 feet away, but just 33% on the early season at the stripe.
And 1 for 2 tonight, so 3 for 8 for the season. First one with a nice shooter's touch. Full tour of the rim and down. And one more to come as Scott checks in place of Bell. Rojas re-enters for Wilson. One more free throw for Usman. Down 20 pounds of fat. Added muscle the offseason, listed 6'10", 230, and drops in 2 free throws. He missed his first. He's now made 3 straight. It's 28-5. We're under 6 minutes remaining.
Yeah, that's body by Andrew Wright, the strength coach, who's just done a great job with multiple players, but it really stands out with Abu.
Hoiberg wearing that horror film mask.
Yeah.
Left side of the circle to Rojas. Right back to Hoiberg, the far quarter court. Followed by Murray down to the baseline. Bounce underneath, and Castro gets a lay-in as he's fouled by Scott.
Scott went straight up and got a piece of the ball, but he also got a hip check there. Although I really like the build of Aaron Scott. He is straight up and down. That is a basketball body. And as a young guy, he's going to get better and better. That defense really wasn't too bad there.
So Pedro Castro with his first points, now a chance at a 3-point play. The free throw is good from Fort Worth Brewer to UTA. 17 through 19. Then to Blinn Junior College, 19-20. Houston Baptist last year, he led them in everything. Nearly 15 points, better than 7 rebounds, led steals, blocks, threes, 3%, shot 48% beyond the arc. And then transferred back where he began, UTA.
Was that one of 8 players that did that across the nation, ended up back where they started?
Highly unusual. Under 5.5 minutes first half. Into the lane goes Bell, hangs in the air just long enough to get fouled. He can't get the left-hand banker to fall, but he'll shoot 2. After Lazaro Rojas picks up his first, and now UTA over the double bonus limit. Everything 2 shot fouls for the final 5:21 of the first half for North Texas. And Thomas Bell steps up 64%.
If he loves to flip it into attack mode, and Bell almost had a look of astonishment when he saw how wide open he was, and then knowing some contact would come, he attacked the basket.
Swishes both free throws. 5 points for Thomas. And the lead at 22 has been as high as 23. 5:15 in the half. 30-8. Talbot. Left-hand dribble. The near quarter court. Levi trying to shake Murray. Long stride in, scoops, missed it. Sailing in for the board, Thomas Bell. Bell acting like every single rebound is his tonight. That is 6 already. McBride sets up 3 by Jones, passed it up, started in, cut off by Castro. The top of the circle, Bell, right corner to Murray. Down the baseline, almost has it stripped, almost travels, almost has it stolen again. Finds Usman, who finds Bell for a lefty reverse layup underneath.
Boy, the ankle-breaking stubbornness of JJ kept that thing alive.
Off balance in the lane, off balance missed by Azor. Rebound JJ Murray.
It's one of the few ones Bell acquiesced to there. He was in the area, but let JJ grab it.
Jones off the high post. Bell screen, pick and fade. Pass to Bell, hits a 3. Thomas's shot is on now. 35-8.
What a difference over Monday night when he couldn't really find it at all against Buffalo, but he's drained 3 in a row here.
Monday, 3 for 12, missed all 6 of his threes. Tonight, 4 for 7, 3 of 4 threes. 13.6 rebounds with 4 minutes to go in the half for Bell. Talbot charges on a drive, draws the double team before he feeds Rojas and commits his first, leading us to a timeout with 3:56 remaining in the half. It's 35-8. North Texas over UTA on the Mean Green Sports Network from Learfield. After about an 8-minute drought, the Mean Green have answered with a 7-0 run again over the last minute 27. And on top 35-8 with 3:56 to go in the half.
UTA reminds me a little bit of the team we'll play in football this weekend, Florida International, because they've got players from all over the globe. The U.S. obviously, Canada, Brazil, France, Nigeria, the Congo, and Australia.
2-2-1 full court pressure applied by UTA out of the timeout. Tyler Perry after the game. No problem into the front court. 1-3-1 zone look now for the Mavericks. 15 on the shot clock. Over to McBride. Right wing. Three goes. Mardrez with his first field goal. 38-8. And now the biggest lead of the game with 3.5 minutes remaining is 30.
They went 2-3 zone. Perry shot him out of it. They tried the different zone and got shot out again.
Azor goes into the paint, goes up, gets fouled by Drez McBride, his first, and only the fifth against the team. So we mentioned at the outset there is some controversy between these two schools on how many times they have actually played in basketball. North Texas says this is the 59th meeting. First free throw good for Azor, and North Texas leads the series 32-26. UTA says no, it's the 57th meeting. It's only 30-26. In dispute, 2 games in 1925-26. Well, I guess it was still Texas Normal College then, took on a club team, not an official NCAA team, or their version of that back in 1925-26. So UTA says that doesn't count. North Texas says it does too. Officially, UTA, then Arlington State College, did not play D1 basketball until 1959-60. Known as Arlington State until they joined the UT system mid-60s. UTA became the name in 1965 and pass over McBride thrown out of bounds. A rare mean green turnover.
Also once known as Grubbs Vocational Technical College.
What were they known as in 1925?
They were the Grubbers.
The Grubbers.
Should've stuck with that, right?
I understand why they claim that is not part of history. A 3 by Hoiberg misses on the left wing. And McBride takes the rebound away from his bigger teammate, Usman. 2:40 first half, 38-10, mean green.
Think of the mascot. Some dude grubbing.
And for quite a while it was the Rebels, then the Mavericks. As Traveling's called on Thomas Bell, shuffles his feet beginning of the drive. There was also a little bit of controversy when the Dallas NBA franchise arrived in 1980 and decided to call themselves the Mavericks, really unaware that UTA basically existed back then. And there was a front office member assigned to take a tour of the UTA campus and see how often he saw the word Mavericks or Mavs anywhere around the campus, and he came back and reported there is no real presence of the Mavericks logo or jerseys, logos, anything. As a long three missed by Pedro Castro, rebounded by Usman. Hoiberg almost able to strip the dribble from Tyler Perry on the right wing. It's back. Help comes from Abu, back to Perry. And a cross-court feed down the baseline to McBride. Out to the left wing, shot clock under 10. Bounce down low, Usman against KO. Backs him down, much more powerful. Hooks over him and scores.
Well, that's not an easy thing to do. That's really great touch because you got to get just enough loft on that hook to make sure it doesn't get swatted back in your face.
Abu is taller and heavier. He just doesn't jump like KO. So it's tough to even get that shot off. Missed 3 from the far side, rebounded by Jones. Checks the clock, minute and a half remaining in the half. 40-10 lead. How can he add to it? Into the left corner, McBride back out near the point, Jones. Bell setting a high pick for him, long stride in. Deals back behind him to Perry on the right wing. Crowded by Hoiberg. Shot clock 10, bounce down to the right baseline. Driving Jones, kicks, wide open 3. McBride, no good, goes after his own rebound though and gets it. Feeds Jones, drives, dishes. Bell step back 3 from the right corner, no good. And a foul on the rebound. Abu going along with KO for the loose ball, and Abu whistle for his first.
Abu got that forearm right in the thick of the back of KO. And the hot hand of Thomas Bell finally cools off. He'd been hitting those threes from the top. That one from the right corner off the mark.
Yeah, earlier on that possession, McBride missed the 3, probably shocked because he had the entire left side of the floor to himself. As Usman checks out for Wright, J.J. Murray wanted to get back in, not allowed yet. We get final minute of the first half. Hoiberg brings it up into the right corner. Castro lob knocked away by Wright and touched last by UTA. I think Alame going for it in front of the Mean Green bench out of bounds to North Texas with 53.4 seconds.
Excellent use of a 7'2" wingspan for Hamir Wright. He was able to sail up, use that wingspan to glance the ball off of the Maverick.
So 50 seconds and counting, 40-10 North Texas. Tyler Perry out front with Jones playing catch against the 2-3 look, and an offensive foul called on a moving pick by Thomas Bell. Called by Darren George, his second and the 7th against the team with 42.8 seconds.
Fewest points allowed at a half in the McCaslin era was 15 last year versus UTEP, so fairly emphatic effort defensively.
10 points in the half might be the fewest allowed since they took down the Peach Baskets. Double team low. Montez Young Jr. is back in. Gives on the left wing to Castro. Up top now Hoiberg. Couple of dribbles. Stops, pops. 19-footer goes. He's got 4 off the bench. 20 seconds in the half, and it's 40-12.
Hoiberg has been the offense.
Tom Izzo, coach at Michigan State, where he walked on, said one of the smartest, toughest players he has ever coached. That says a lot. Against the 2-3. Jones right corner, 4 seconds onto the wing. McBride back to Jones. 3 from the corner at the buzzer, and he got it. And how else would that half of basketball have ended?
Milk the clock, feed to the corner, and everyone did things at a high level for North Texas. For UT Arlington's Mavericks, sloppy start, and it just went from bad to worse. The only challenge for the Mean Green is trying to keep the blade sharp here at half, because the only thing that could really cool them off was a break in action.
The amazing thing, one of them, about this half is the Mean Green not really shooting lights out. They're not quite 50%, 13-27. Threes are different though, 53%, 8 of 15. They're getting to the line. UTA not getting anything going offensively. They're 4 for 19, 21%, 1 of 6 threes. it back to the history books. 12 points allowed, only 4 field goals allowed, only 2 UTA assists. I'm not sure where you could be more dominant in any aspect of the game than North Texas was that first half.
It'll be hard to be as sharp, but the 33 points that Grant McCassin held UTEP to a year ago is the lowest since moving to Division I in 57. So got a chance to break that.
UTA ball, shooting up the goal to our right, front of their bench here in the second half. With Castro putting up a long running one-hander, not long enough from 12. Rebound Abu. And Reuben Jones to bring it up.
Things that normally work not working for UTA because Castro is a long finesse guy. That's his play right there.
Castro able to reach and take a ball from Thomas Bell. That is the first UTA steal of the game. Levi driving. Kicks to the left corner where Azor is fouled by Bell trying a 3. That is number 3 on Thomas.
Well, not just fouled. Bell got all of him on that one. They both plowed into the seats there in the left corner. And Bell definitely knows the contact was for real that time. Azor needs something to get going. His only points in the first half came from the strike.
0 for 4. 2 for 2 from the line. The leading scorer, averaging 14 per game, now has 3. He gets the first at 3. Injured about half last season. Still second team all Sun Belt. He only missed 13 games with the leg. Second free throw also. So preseason second team all Sun Belt. So we're now working on his NBA as Bell is replaced by Aaron Scott. Thomas probably sit a while with those 3 fouls now. And yet another free throw, and Azor drops them all in. All 5 of his points from the foul line, 43-15. And full court pressure, 2-2-1. Scott in the backcourt to help. Into the hands of McBride. And now front court Jones running the point. Feeding Murray. Looking for his first shot of the game. Against the 2-1-2 UTA zone look. Left wing now McBride. 8 on the shot clock. Straight on. 5 to shoot. Jones off to Scott, fires up a 3, and it's no good with the shot clock winding down. J.J. Murray hustles to save it, but no one there for him to save it too, except his own bench. It's out of bounds.
He made a nice effort there, and had any of his teammates stuck around, they might have had a chance to go gobble that up. Zone in the first half did not do anything against North Texas. The Mean Green able to shoot their way out of it both times. That time, forcing Scott into an ill-advised 3.
So UTA ball. 15 gone by in the second half. Javon Levi bringing it up. Now Rojas, one of 3 scoreless Maverick starters in that first half. Pass behind. Castro chases it down almost and over and back. With the shot clock down to 10. They turn it over on an offensive foul on KO, way away from the ball, his second. First UTA foul this half.
Well, the free throws have helped the scoreboard for UTA, but offensively, they've not really shown anything yet here at the Super Pit tonight.
3/4 court pressure, and Levi trading paint midcourt with Jones. Jones with a Scott screen. Wheels near quarter court to McBride. Into the far corner now, Murray. Bounce mid lane for a jump hook, point blank, and Aaron Scott puts it up and down. It is 45-15.
Pass up a good shot for a better shot. Pass up a good shot for a better pass. That's what you got there.
Offensive foul, moving screen, Castro. Pedro's first.
You know, so much of basketball is about getting in sync and finding a rhythm, and there's been nothing in sync tonight for UTA. North Texas has something to do with that, but I'm afraid the Mavericks have an awful lot more to do with that.
Yeah, they've got some individuals with some abilities, but at this point, Greg Young is a long way from melding them into anything cohesive at all. An open 3 in the near corner, no good by Murray. Offensive rebound stolen by Scott. Out to McBride, his 3 is no good. And a rebound foul underneath on Scott.
Pretty good minutes for Scott. I mean, he's showing his athleticism and the ranginess of the big stretch four. He's got a long 6'7" build. He's going to have to get a little bit tougher, but he got a couple good minutes there despite having to sit out after the foul.
That's his third. Out he goes. Back in Tyler Perry. 45-15. Mean Green. 2.5 minutes into the second half. Trying to warm up for one of the more talented tournament fields ever to feature the Mean Green, as Rojas hits on a reverse, his first points, 45-17. Week from today, Mean Green, Kansas from Orlando. Hank will be there for the entire tournament as football winds up here at home. Week from Saturday against UTSA, a 1 o'clock tip.
I hope I'm missing an epic opportunity for football.
I hope you are. I hope you regret ever getting on the plane. Well, no. Right wing, Jones down to the baseline. Usman switches to the left hand to beat a double team by Castro and scores.
Usman's been a quick starter the first 2 games, but not as big a presence in the second half. That's a nice way to embellish his second half start.
Castro deep in the left corner, 360 spin, misses a 3. Offensive rebound, follow jam, KO Derici. Akobundu Ehiogu has his first points.
You said a lot, and you said it correct. Back to KO, right?
Now he's KO again. 47-19. KO with 3 blocks, 6 rebounds, and now 1 for 1 from the field. Mean Green in no hurry. Shot clock at 8. Perry on the dribble, far wing to the deck. Castro tried to strip him, left him alone, and he misses a 3 off the front rim, rebounded by Levi.
Thought he was going to get shooter's touch, but it fell away.
Levi against J.J. Murray. Off balance runner, no, gets his own rebound and kicks it back outside for Castro. Castro's fall away, no good. Missed everything except the hands of Usman. Outlet up the right sideline to Tyler Perry. Perry 8 first half points. Near corner McBride too early to try a 3 against Castro. Takes him out, drives baseline, feeds Abu. Fouled as he lays it in. He'll go for a 3-point play.
And a new career high in the young career of Abu Usman. And plenty of time to build on.
Rojas the foul, his second, team's third, and timeout with 15:24 remaining. Mean Green on top of UTA by 30, 49-19. Mean Green Sports Network for Lear. On 6 of 25, still only 1 of 6 from deep, 6 of 8 from the line, out rebounded by North Texas 26-14. Mean Green 3 of 7 this half, 47% for the game, 42%, 8 of 19 from deep, and 9 of 13 from the line.
Downtown shooting has certainly cooled off after 8 of 15 from above the arc in the first half. North Texas has lifted 4 threes in the second half, but yet to can one. And Abu Usman, who's gotten to 10 points a couple times in his career, is now sitting on 11, a career high.
3 straight doubles. Free throw no good. Rebound foul as Reuben Jones goes over the back of Montez Young Jr. commits his first. Abu's first 2 games this year equaled his career high. Debut last year with 10, now 11 tonight as he checks out for a breather. Amir Wright replaces him. 15-15 remaining in the game. Pass underneath, fumbled out of bounds by Young Jr. That is the 14th Maverick turnover. And Jack Hoiberg check into the game for Levi.
So many unforced errors on just errant passing, putting passes wide one way or the other to teammates, not able to utilize skip passes very well.
Greg Young clearly using the rest of this game to work on his combination of presses, half-court zones. 2-3 look here. McBride dumps it mid lane to Scott, down low right. Backing down, mismatch with Azor. He overshot, but it's followed up and in. Aaron Scott with 4.
Right place, right time. Good move on the spin by Hamir Wright, but way too hard off the window, cleaned up by his teammate.
51-19. Driving one-hander, no good. Azor follow Young around it out. Rebound Scott and foul by Young for some reason. Reaching in right in front of 2 officials and a very obvious 3rd foul on the freshman from Waxahachie.
Frustration starting to spill over a little bit here for really all of the UT Arlington Mavericks.
This is now the new biggest lead of the game, 32 points. 51-19. We played 5.5 minutes in the second half. And the Mavericks' latest shooting going south. They've missed their last 4, now 2 for 8 from the field this half. A pass by Perry off the foot of Alame and out of bounds.
Should be a kickball, and is, so they get the reset to 20 on the shot clock.
Brandon Talbot will re-enter in place of Alame.
UTA could be a little bit hungover from letting Abilene Christian force overtime on a wild 3-ball Tuesday night, and then the Wildcats took over in overtime. I thought they had a win and got away from them in the final stages.
80-71 ACU. Final at overtime at the College Park Center. Hemmed in down low, right. Angle pass Jones to the high post Scott. 5 to shoot, right corner down the baseline to McBride. His pass off of Scott. And a whistle in the lane, and the whistle on Drez for the offensive foul, his second. Team fouls now even at 4.
Well, what we expected. Not nearly as sharp on the Mean Green's part here in this second half. You go to the locker room with a big lead, it's hard to come back out with the exact same focus you had.
And when Grant McCaslin joins us after the game, at some point he will talk about whether they were sloppy or still playing as if it was a close game in the second half. No doubt that will be how he grades this, not whatever the final margin is, but how this second half is contested. And Wright goes up for a block, but is called for contact.
Looked like Hamir had a really good body position there, using his fanny to force out and then his wingspan to get the deflection, but they said somewhere in there he hooked him.
Second on Hamir. 5th on the team, to the line. Young, who missed both his free throws in the first half. Montez Young Jr., Marine brat, was in Japan as a youngster, 6th through 9th grade. First free throw, no good. Bounced around, ended up Waxahachie High School, a 20-3 team. Goes as high as 2nd in the state. He has missed all 4 free throws tonight. Perry will bring it up, still up 51-19. Down low, hammered as he leaves his feet for, might have been a flying slam. Jones on an offensive foul, the call on Wright. Wow, as Reuben Jones had a hard landing. Hamir Wright off the ball, call for his 3rd. And out he goes along with Scott and Jones. And we see Matthew Stone, freshman who got in some minutes the first half. Bell returns. And Jemiah Simmons makes his first appearance of the season, the 6th-year senior from the Virgin Islands who came with the coaching staff from Arkansas State. Alame falling out of bounds, finds Talbot straight on him, misses a three, rebound batted around, taken by Dres McBride. Up the left sideline to Perry. Hoiberg waiting for him. Can't lose him on a dribble. So he'll try McBride. Crowded by Talbot, drives right past him, bounce down low, waiting. Simmons goes up, shot blocked and taken down by Montez Young Jr.
Jemiah got to cover those opportunities coming back off injury.
Talbot setting up Alame, and a drive and a jump stop. Spin move, fall away over Stone is no good. Hoiberg ends up with the rebound. Dribbles it out from amongst the tall trees in the paint. Sets up Alame at the point. Mar Wilson into the game. Up for a screen. Traveling called on Hoiberg, and another UTA turnover. That is their 15th.
Well, UTA just, again, not finding people when they need to. Hoiberg had leaked out into the left corner and was just there, poised to release a three, but a turnover on the drive before the pass could be executed.
And Wilson and Young out for UTA. KO and Rojas back in. 12:20 to play. Stick in the 2-2-1 full court press. Has yet to bother the Mean Green in the least. Pass mid lane. Bell back out to the point. McBride now guarded by Talbot. Help comes from Alame. So kick back out. High-low drive by Bell, and Thomas drives and lays it in. His first points of the half, 15 for the game now.
Catches it at the left elbow twice. One time back to the basket, passed it away. That time squared up and took it on the drive.
New biggest lead of the game. 34 points, 53-19 with 11:40 to play. Pull up on the baseline, stroked in from about 10 feet out by Nicholas Alame, and he gets his first two of the night.
High energy wing. Guy that we talked about, born in Paris.
Mid-lane feed, Perry to Bell, goes up, gets hammered by KO. Finally got body and not ball. KO's third foul. It is the fifth against UTA in a timeout with 11:28 remaining. 53-21 North Texas on the Big Green Sports Network from UTA.
Follow Mean Green Athletics throughout the year. 1 minute.
Alum as the head coach, and a couple years ago they told him, the athletic director took over, they told him, either you make the NCAA tournament or the NIT semifinals. The previous year they made the quarters. And if he didn't get back +1 or make the NCAA tournament, Scott Cross knew all season he would be fired, and sure enough he was. Best coach in the history of their school. And of course, Ogden took over, left to become an assistant again at his alma mater. University of Texas.
Yep, and now Greg Young, a very well-liked and over a decade spent as an assistant, inheriting the job, but off to a rough start, especially here tonight. I got two questions. Will UTA have a double-figure score, and will the Mavs shoot higher than 25%? There's your drama.
Thomas Bell knocks both free throws down. It's 55-21, 34-point lead. 11:15 to go. A Talbot three, no good. Rebound Rojas spins and hooks his follow over Jemiah Simmons.
Big physical post, and he likes that left shoulder. One of the few things that's gone white for UTA down low.
Rojas from Porto Seguro, Brazil, lived there until he was 15, moved with his mom to Italy, ages 15 to 18, back to Brazil to play club basketball. Ended up at Score Academy in Florida. Perry three, no good from the left wing, rebounded by Ko. Ko from Lagos, Nigeria, lived there till 13, played only soccer and ran track. Almost a midcourt steal by J.J. Murray. Hoiberg driving, hands it over to Rojas, who commits an obvious offensive foul drawn by Jemiah Simmons.
Almost in slow motion. When you talk about Ko from Lagos, the first time he saw basketball, his reaction was to kick it. He didn't know anything about basketball.
Well, what he knows now about basketball is he wants to block every shot that goes up, and it sometimes seems like he's capable of it. He can touch the top of the backboard. He is 6'9".
With great ups, yeah, he's a jumper. A lot of guys are 6'9", 6'10", but they don't have leaping ability. He does.
Well, he was 5'4" when he began basketball. He's now 6'9". Underneath.
Got that one.
Another block. Shot by Thomas Bell. Hoiberg in a hurry. The other end of the floor. Ko fumbles it away. Taken back by Tyler Perry. UTA a turnover machine. That is their 17th. And we're only halfway through the second half. 55-23.
Should have been a lob dunk.
Delayed drive Perry off to Bell, back to Perry. Followed into the paint by Hoiberg. Somehow slips a bounce pass through traffic to Bell, who goes up and gets fouled. That may be Ko's fourth. And it is.
On that missed transition opportunity, when they watch the tape at UTA, there is no doubt that Greg Young's going to say, guys, on a play like this, we have to get an alley-oop dunk. That's why you have a guy that can jump over the backboard. So the passing tonight has been confounding for the Mavericks.
Bell back to the line, where he is now 5 for 5. 18 points, still 6 rebounds. And we'll see Rasheed Brown check in. Junior transfer from A&M Corpus Christi, originally from Philadelphia, in for J.J. Murray. Maybe for the duration. We have 9:51 to go. Second free throw. Bell swishes that too.
He's getting some cosmetic additions to his point average.
Came in at 13 per game. He's got 19. And it's 57-23. 34, big margin of the night. Baseball pass cross court. Hoiberg to Azor, who's returned and gets it stripped by Jones. Rubin racing up the sideline. UTA back on mass defensively. So Rubin off a high pick by Bell. Picked up on a switch by Castro's, returned as well. Into the corner, Brown, and Brown fouled by, well, not Brown fouled, or how could he have been fouled by Shamar Wilson away from the ball? That's his second, 8th against the team. And it was Usman who was fouled, so he'll shoot.
Building on a early in his young career night.
1-1. First free throw, no good. In and out rebound by Young. Abu looks like he should be a good free throw shooter. There's nothing obviously amiss about his stroke. Driving, losing control of his feet, and the ball, Hoiberg. Whistle blown on Perry for the foul, his first.
Boy, that sure just looked like a case of a guy plowing into the lane and losing his footing. But when you're up this big on the scoreboard, no argument, I suppose.
And now UTA in the bonus. 9:05 to go. Hoiberg, 5 out of 6 so far. So his father, Fred, head coach at Nebraska, he misses and is rebounded by Usman. Former head coach of the Chicago Bulls, 10-year NBA veteran. Past mid lane, Usman. Too crowded, back out to Jones. Jones into the corner, Perry back to Rubin, far quarter court. Bell pick and fade, pass to him, passes up 3. Return feed, Jones, and his 3 is in and out, and a rebound foul.
Bell trying to come in from the backside there, and the only problem for Bell tonight has been the foul issues. You got 8:40 left. He just picked up his 4th. Does it matter in a landslide win? I don't know. We'll see what Grant McCaslin wants to do with his minutes. Probably just leave him out there now, right?
That seems to be where he's leaning. Not even looking down the bench.
Back to Hoiberg, not Jack, but Fred. It just seems weird for me, for the mayor of Iowa State to be coaching at Nebraska.
Young misses again, the front end of the 1-and-1. Rebound scramble to the deck. Wilson loses it to Young, picks it up and scores.
Hot potato.
He cannot make a free throw. He got a follow of his own miss to go in traffic in the lane.
Kind of a junkyard dog, and he showed it. Abu got blocked at the lid there.
Azor brings it up. Hoiberg will set him up. Picked up in a mismatch by Usman. So Hoiberg wants to drive him deep. Double team, bounce underneath to Wilson, offensive foul. Thomas Bell still down there with 4 fouls, challenging the play, and draws the offensive foul by Hoiberg. That's his 3rd.
Mean Green had really tried to zip the ball down the floor the last time, trying to get Abu an easy bucket. So the one thing you can say about UTA that has been solid through their 1-2 start, the rim protecting is there. They got to fix out the other end where they get the ball in the rim.
Bell will take a seat. Back in is Aaron Scott, takes the inbounds pass. Elame has returned in place of Hoiberg for UTA. 8 minutes remaining, it's 57-25. Again, the low total in the McCaslin era, 33 allowed
33
against UTEP last year. That is very much in play here. Shot clock at 10. Perry, far quarter court. Goes away from a Usman pick and gets fouled in the deep corner by Shamar Wilson. That's his 3rd. And the team's 10th, and a timeout with 7:44 remaining. The Super Pit, where it's Mean Green naming their score tonight against UTA. 57-25, the Mean Green Sports Network from Learfield. Jack's grandfather, Jerry Bush, was Nebraska head coach in 1954 to 63.
So there's that tie-in, but I still say the mayor of Ames, Iowa is in the wrong place. He should have gone back to Iowa State. By the way, Jack, you talked about his golf game. He shoots a basketball and swings a golf club left-handed. He does everything else with his right hand.
That, I cannot make heads nor heels of that. That makes no sense how you can Be going against your natural strength in all those different activities, except for 2. First free throw by Perry, good. He is now 8 for 8 for the season. First point of the half, 9 for the game. First 2 in a mean green uniform, 22 and 18. Leads the scoring in both. Another swish, double figures again for Tyler, and it's 59-25.
Comes in averaging 20 points a game on the strength of 2 really good performances out of the gate.
Elame guarded by Rashid Brown. Up high, it's Rojas against Usman. 7.5 minutes remaining. Drops it off for Azor. Good head fake. It's Jones off his feet. Missed the jumper though, and it's corralled by Usman.
Took him a little while to bring it in, but Abu finally clutched it with both hands, and North Texas 32-25 the edge on the glass.
Abu now team high 7 boards to go with 11 points. Time for him to get a double-double. 7 minutes and change. Mean Green in no hurry. Lame crowding Perry, far quarter court. Perry to Usman. Out to the far corner, driving the baseline. Scott kicks it back out, straight on 3. Jones, no. And the rebound battle won by Perry. Sneaks up from behind the big UTA center, Rojas, and takes his rebound away. They'll reset and use some more time.
That's just Perry having dogged pursuit and UTA losing some interest.
Moving screen by Usman will result in an offensive foul. That long possession producing no points. Second foul on Abu.
If he's going to get that double-double, he'll have to be concentrated because Abu's going to come out. And he wants to sit down, but Grant McCaslin is in his way, coaching up Abu Usman.
So right in for Usman. Under 6.5 minutes. Young jump stop into a double team, misses, but draws a blocking foul. Underneath on Aaron Scott, who now has to watch himself. That is his 4th and the team's 10th.
Aaron has enjoyed the minutes tonight, but he's been involved in an awful lot of activity. As we said, a long 6'7" build. He needs to get just a little tougher. Andrew Wright will put some weight on that frame, though. It's a perfect basketball body.
Will Young make a free throw? Yes, he missed his first 5. And this one goes. By the way, for Aaron Scott, that's 4 fouls in 7 minutes. Second free throw, good for Montez Jr.
Means he's highly active, Dave. Just needs to be a little bit more in control.
59-27, comes up, take the inbounds pass, and dribble it over the timeline.
Almost pickpocketed.
Gives in the center jump circle now to Perry. Into the circle at the high post right, making up his mind. A hand back for Jones. Drives into a rejection by Rojas, and it comes off to Azor. Briefly looked like a chance at a UTA fast break. There has been a total of 1 fast break point in this game, as the 3 no good by Elame ends up out of bounds. Whistle will blow on
Like
Tyler Perry, and that's his second.
Shaking his left arm. He took kind of an awkward landing. Not 1 but 2 UTA players spilling into Perry, but Perry's the guilty party on the foul.
Both teams into double bonus now for the final 5:52, and Castro hits his first. 4th point on the night. The well-traveled Fort Worth Brewer product. Azor out. Talbot in. 1 more free throw, and Castro too long. Back rim rebound Brown.
The oldest player on the Mean Green team at 24 years of age, Rashid Brown.
Another player with an interesting history winding his way to Den. Perry fouled at the point by Elame. Picks up his 3rd. Both teams into double bonus, 5:38 remaining. This could take a while to wrap this game up.
Yes, sir. But I'm going to pose the same question. Can UTA shoot over 25% for the game, and will they put anyone in double figures?
Well, they're at 25.7% at the moment. Perry, as usual, swishes the free throw. So 9 of 35, 25.7%. Their high scorer is David Azor with 5 points.
and none of those on field goals. That's all at the free throw line for their leading scorer and a dangerous, normally, offensive weapon.
Perry knocks down both free throws, 61-28. Reuben Jones may be done for the night as Bryce Zephyr checks in. We'll see Matthew Stone. This will be his third stint, replacing Perry with 5:38 to go.
Zephyr's the guy that grew from 5'5" as a point guard at Santa Monica High School. He was shorter than his 12-year-old sister and then blossomed up with a growth spurt to 6'4".
So this may be the 5 that McCaslin wants to end the game with. Young misses a jump hook straight on, rebound off Rojas and out of bounds.
If that's the case, what you want to see is Matthew Stone, the great sharpshooter, get some looks in the corner. He is going to be a relied upon sniper as he grows up in this program. Over 1,500 points in high school up at Kingfisher.
Rojas replaced by Shamar Wilson. Freshman from Avondale, Arizona, transferred from Phoenix College. Rasheed Brown at the point. To the top of the circle right, and a giant mismatch against Hoiberg in that 2-3. Now to the point, Brown. 5 minutes remaining. 10 seconds on the shot clock as Brown launches from the foul line. Can't quite get enough on it. Rebounded by Wilson.
Shot put at the floater, but not much touch on it.
Hoiberg winds his way to the paint. Kicks it back out. Tolbert into the corner. Down the baseline goes Young. And a whistle. He may have been tripped along that baseline drive by Bryce Zephyr. Zephyr call for his first.
He got his shin out there in the middle of it.
Well, no, they didn't say a foul. Out of bounds off of him had to be the call. Inbounds to Alame, and he misses in tight. Rebound tapped out of bounds. It'll still be UTA's. So the call evidently just out of bounds off Bryce Zephyr. Talbot underneath with a fresh 20. Inbounding to Alame in the corner. Stone tight on him. Alame finally out to the wing. Talbot, 10 on the shot clock. Backing down Scott, 8. 5 to shoot, and a whistle from across the floor. From Kerry Sitton, the call against Wright. Amir Wright call for his 4th.
Joins Aaron Scott and Thomas Bell in the 4 personal foul club. Bit of a bailout there, Dave, because these reserves are playing very nice defense.
Yep. First free throw by Shamar Wilson is no good. Jemiah Simmons will re-enter for Amir Wright. All 5 of his points in the first half and now 4 fouls with 4:25 to go.
Jemiah's last activity with the Mean Green was the season finale at Charlotte, 2019-20 season.
One more, and line drive also by Wilson. This one finally goes for his first point of the night, 61-29. Now it's the Mean Green who've gone cold. 0 for their last 7, 1 for their last 9. No field goals the last 7:38 for North Texas. Not that it matters. Up by 32. Up fake Brown. Dishes Zephyr. Right corner for a Stone 3. It's no good. And Alame pulls it down.
That's a shot that he can and will hit. Stone should have followed his own miss there to get the rebound.
Alame cut off on his drive by Stone, so he stops, spins, pops, and hits.
He always wants to drive right. Good cutter normally, but just not much tonight for anybody for UT Arlington that matches up with the scouting report.
Nicholas Alame, another well-traveled UTA Maverick, born in Paris, moved to Cameroon, back to Paris, to the U.S. at age 16. In the middle of the lane, pass knocked away from Scott, picked up by Talbot. And 1-on-3 in transition, kicks it cross court to the baseline. A miss by Alame, rebounded by Zephyr. We're down to 3:20 to play. So this group on the floor getting some useful regular season minutes. Not necessarily a group that we will see in this combination all that often, as Jemiah gets a straight-on three-pointer. It's no good short.
Followed that moment up as well.
Talbot at the rebound, knocked away from behind by Zephyr. Back to Jemiah. Starts a fast break. Kicks to Stone. 3 in the right wing, no good. Rebound Jemiah. Kicks to Zephyr. 3 on the left wing is no good. and rebounded by Young.
Jemiah for a moment there appeared to be everywhere on the floor.
Running one-hander goes for Young. Count it, and he'll shoot for a three-point play.
Well, it'll take us to a timeout. It's kind of time for that right now, Dave, don't you think? Reconnoiter, start talking about maybe finishing this game with an offensive flourish to Mean Green a real drought offensively.
Let's go with that. 2:41 remaining, 61-33 in the Mean Green Sports Network from Learfield.
One word sums it up for FIU right now: rudderless. Although that's sometimes not the team you want to mess with. They've been dealing with frustration and everything all year. Maybe they put it all together one day.
That is Seth Luttrell's fear.
Yeah.
And that's the fear any coach would have.
Yeah.
Going against a team that has absolutely nothing going for it. 9-game losing streak for FIU. Coach on the way out. Nothing to play for. They would love to deny North Texas a chance at a bowl game.
And we've seen that in long seasons. The team that's had the most hardships finally gets it together once. Here's my biggest question. Why 7 o'clock? Couldn't that game have been played at 1?
Young misses the free throw again. He'd be having a nice night if he could just make even half of his free throws instead of 2 of 7, as he is. 2.5 minutes to go, 61-33. How much offense can the Mean Green get these last couple of minutes? They are 0 for their last 11 from the field, scoreless, better than 3 straight minutes. Scott misses a point-blank jump hook, rebounded by Young, and it's now 0 for the last 12, 1 for the last 14. People are going to look at this box, and the Mean Green shooting is going to be somewhere, it looks like in the low 30% range, and wonder how they win this game by 30. Foul with 2:04 remaining.
Jemiah Simmons, with his most extended minutes in over a year, going to pick that one up.
Shamar Wilson to shoot 2. From Phoenix College. 12 points, almost 10 rebounds per game in 2019-20. Phoenix's season canceled last year. It's the first. Rojas will re-enter for Young.
Yeah, COVID took the entire campaign away. None of those kids got to play.
So from the Valley of the Sun to the Metroplex, and the second free throw no good, rebounded by Zephyr. 2 minutes remaining, 61-34. Mean Green stuck on 61 points now, almost 4 straight minutes. With the end of the bench group, including Jemiah Simmons, who drives down the throat of the lane, back outside. Stone to Scott in the baseline, out to the wing, and a Zephyr three-pointer no good. Rebounded by Hoiberg with 1:37. Up the left sideline, Elame. Cut off by Brown. Pass up high to Rojas, who shuffles his feet Turnover number 21. That is one less than they've averaged in their first 3 games. Here's what UTA's dealing with. Greg Young, statistically, Hank, starts every game behind 23 points.
It's just digging a huge hole.
Outscored at the free throw line by 7 points per game. That's before tonight. Outscored by 3-pointers, 31-15. So that's 31-15 point differential in terms of their threes and the threes they're allowing. Here's a Brown 3, and it goes with 1:05, ending the scoring drought at almost 4.5 minutes.
Game never in question, but the drought was getting alarming, and I think starting to bother Grant McCaslin, so that's a valve stopper.
Well, Sheed Brown's first points in a Mean Green uniform. Coming right back down to get a 15-footer. Talbot, 64-36, 46 seconds. Well, Sheed Brown, 6 games because of injury at A&M Corpus last year. Deep 3 in the corner, no good by Brown. Rebound Hoiberg with 30 seconds. So as far as the Mean Green historians are concerned, this will make the all-time series 33-26 North Texas.
Against the Grubbers.
Who will claim, no, it's only 30-26 now. Final 10 seconds. We dribbled off the clock. The Mean Green run out to a 34-point lead, miss 15 of their last 16 shots, and still win it by 28 points to improve to 2-1 on the season, drop UTA to 1-3. Our final at the Super Pit, North Texas 64, UTA 36. Stay with us. The Texas Health Presbyterian postgame show next on the Mean Green Sports Network from Learfield.
For over 65 years,